So I see that some people are starting to come. Can you see and can you hear me properly? Can you please give me a feedback? Is everything is okay, so that I'm sure that you can follow me properly? So how are you guys? Hi, good morning, Eros. Good morning and welcome. So how are you guys? Did you finish the collection, let's say, of all the Christmas gifts? Did you buy all the Christmas gifts for your friends and family members? Tell me, give me something about how you are getting prepared for Christmas. Somebody is... I see that there are some people typing some faces, the sad face, maybe because it's very early this morning. So tell me something about how you are managing the arrival of Christmas. Good morning, Ivan. Good morning, Nadia. Good morning, Paolo. And again, good morning, Eros. Unfortunately, I still have to buy all the presents because this week I was forced in bed by a very, very bad flu. In fact, today I still have a fever. I'm not feeling very well at all, but I am collecting all the energies in order to provide you with a valuable live lesson. So I hope that I will do my best, even if I am not feeling well today. Good morning, Berardo, and welcome. So guys, the topic of today, as you know, is about how to improve your English writing skills at work. So in case that you have to write business emails, or for exams, because many of you wrote me that they are getting prepared for IELTS exam or other kind of examinations that prove at an international level your English competencies that are also due in case that you have to move abroad, for example, to Canada, Australia, or to the United States of America. So that is why today I wanted to focus on the writing skills. And as we are talking about writing skills, I decided to create, as I did during the first live lesson, a PowerPoint presentation that can support my speech, so that you have the chance also to see what I will tell you. Also because today we will see some technicalities, and I wanted to be sure that you have the chance to understand completely what I will say. Also, given the fact that today looking at my face is not very nice, because as you can imagine, I have suffered from a very bad flu. So, of course, I'm not in shape. I'm not good looking this morning. So, hi, Michaela, and hi, Katia. Welcome. So, let's get it started. First of all, I want to remind you that we have just 4 days left to Christmas. So, have you prepared everything related to Christmas? Tell me something about how you're getting prepared for Christmas. Did you buy all the presents for your families, for family members and friends? Did you already prepare the menu that you're going to serve during the Christmas lunch? So how are you dealing with the arrival of Christmas? Do you like this festivity? Do you like celebrating Christmas? So I would like to get some feedback from you. So feel free to share how you are dealing with the arrival of Christmas with all the other group members. So apart from the fact that we have just 4 days left before the arrival of Christmas, I would also like to remind you that today we have to say, welcome winter. Today we have entered the final season of the year, that is winter. Do you like this season? Or do you prefer other seasons like, I don't know, summer because it is the season of vacation, or the spring because it is the season when nature blossoms. So which is your favorite season? Tell me, give me some comments. So Nadia says that she prefers spring. Okay, why, Nadia, do you prefer spring? What do you mainly like about spring? And what about the other ones? Which is their favorite season? Are you happy about the arrival of winter? Maybe there are some people that prefer the winter holidays rather than summer holidays. People that prefer mountains rather than seaside. So Michaela says, I prefer summer. Okay, Katia, I'm having some problem with the audio. Okay, guys, thank you, Katia, for your feedback. Can the other one give me a feedback about the audio? Can you hear me properly, please? Can you tell me how is the audio this morning? So please tell me something about the audio so that I know how I can fix it. Good morning, Lucia. So Ettore is typing, good morning without your face today. Yes, Ettore, I told it at the beginning of the lesson because I have a bad flu today. That's why I'm not in shape, but also because I'm going to provide you with some technical things and I want the written text to support me. Okay, so Stefania, good morning, Stefania. Okay, Nadia told me that the audio is okay, also Berardo. Okay, so Katia, please let me know if everything is going well with your audio. Michaela, I don't see the video. Yes, Michaela, today you will see my PowerPoint presentation. So don't worry, you will see some slides moving, okay, and changing. Okay, guys, so today I also want to do another thing that I always do every week. I would like to welcome all the new group members that every day, every week are joining this fantastic group. Unfortunately, I do not have the chance every single day to say welcome to every new member, and I'm very sad about this. I will find a way in order to get an alert and be ready to say welcome to every new member every day. So welcome and good morning to all the new members. I hope that you managed to assist this live lesson, but as usual, as I also wrote in the email, do not forget that the replay will be available in the video session of this group. So I also would like to encourage the new group members to write a couple of lines to introduce themselves in order that we will be happy to hear their stories and getting each other know better. And I think that being kind of virtual friends here will be better in order to make you feel more comfortable and things more interactive in general. Okay, guys, so now let's get it started. As I promised, the topic of today will see how to improve your English writing skills. So this lesson will help you with exam writing, academic writing, and professional writing at work. So if you need to write in English while attending your university course or while preparing your dissertation, your thesis, or while preparing for an examination, or at work in your office, writing emails, preparing reports, or dealing with suppliers or customers that live abroad, this lesson is for you. But also, if you need to write for tourism and leisure goals or objectives. For example, if you need to travel and so you need to write an email to the hotel, you have to go in order to book your hotel room. This lesson is for you. So during the lesson of today, I will show you 7 tips. So get ready to take notes. My suggestion for today's lesson is to, first of all, take a piece of paper and a pen and get ready to take notes. Of course, if you prefer to take notes on the iPad or on your computer, feel free to do it. We are in a technological era. Everybody's computer savvy. If you follow my Facebook page, you will see that I posted a very nice picture about the definition of computer savvy. So get ready to take notes. And today you will have also a better exercise of pronunciation, because you will have the chance to look at a text and see and hear better how I pronounce a text. So get ready to take notes also about the pronunciation. So let's get it started and let's see the tip number 1. The tip number 1 is concentrated, let's say, in a very interesting and bizarre acronym that is called KISS. KISS stands for keep it short and simple. I know that it can seem obvious, but what I say to my students is simple done accurately is better than complicated done inaccurately. So that means that every time that you write in English, it's better for you to write something that is short and simple. Remember what I told you during the lesson number 1, the very first lesson of my online course, of my masterclass, that is, in English, the simpler, the better. So every time that you have to write a sentence, all the elements that you have to keep in mind are, first of all, the subject, secondly, the verb, lastly, the object. So remember all these 3 elements that will help you to write simple and short sentences that will be at the same time 100% correct. So KISS means keep it short and simple. Remember that it's better to do something accurately and simple than complicated and inaccurately. So this is something that I want you to keep in mind. Do not forget it. So this means that you don't have to overcomplicate. Also, what I notice in my students is that they prefer overcomplicate things, because we are Italians. We prefer write long and long and long sentences full of words, of complicated expressions, because we think that every time that we write a very long and complicated expression, the other person in the other side thinks that we are very, very brilliant and intelligent people, an intelligent person. But this is not the point. So in English, it's better to write something that is simple and short rather than overcomplicated. So remember to never overcomplicate things. Show off your accurate English. So remember to focus on accuracy rather than overcomplicated things. And do not show English you do not know or even not learned yet. So guys, if you are not familiar with the, let's say, tenses that are composed of an auxiliary followed by a past participle, so what in Italian we would call tempi composti. If you are not familiar with the compounded tenses, con I tempi composti, do not write in English sentences with compounded tenses. So it's not difficult to keep in mind. So if you are familiar with, for example, the simple present, the simple past, and the will future at the moment, just write sentences that include this kind of tenses. Do not write sentences with tenses that you do not know. So keep this in mind. It's very, very important. There is no point, because otherwise you make mistakes. And this is something that I can check every time that some people write in the group or write me some emails. They are brave, so they are people that want to challenge, and of course it's great, it's fantastic. But if you want to be sure when you are writing, for example at work, a business email, do not try to be brave. Try to be focused on what you are writing, and in case, check what you are writing and move among the tenses that and the vocabulary and the expressions that you are familiar with. The tip number 2 is to prepare key phrases. So prepare in your mind a collection of set phrases and keywords. So be sure to have a nice selection of expressions you can use if the time arises. Let's see some examples now. So if you study everything in the list, you will be much more prepared for your writing. So now it's the time to start writing and take notes, because these prepared key phrases that I'm going to deliver to you will be key in order to increase the level of your writing result and output. Pay attention, and if there is a point that you think, I really could expand on that, do your research and prepare yourself. You want to be sure to pick up the appropriate expressions every time that you have to. Compare. So every time that you're writing and you have to compare, to make a comparison, some expressions that you may need to use are at the same time or in the same way. Every time that you need to contrast, you can use expressions like on the contrary or however. Let's see in Italian the meaning of these examples. At the same time means allo stesso tempo. In the same way means allo stesso modo. On the contrary means al contrario. However means tuttavia. In case you have to give examples, expressions that you may use are for instance or to illustrate, that both mean, per esempio, per approfondire, per dare un'idea, to illustrate. When you need to give an opinion, to give your opinion, you can use expressions like from my perspective or from my point of view. That mean dal mio punto di vista, from my point of view, dalla mia prospettiva, from my perspective. In case you need to add information, you can use expressions like moreover and furthermore, that both mean inoltre, ulteriormente. Eventually, to conclude, you may need to use expressions like in summary or in short, that both mean per riassumere, in breve. So in summary, in short. So are these expressions clear? Did you have the chance to write them down? And of course, write all the translation that you may use in case you need to employ these expressions while writing. I hope that you did it. So, of course, I remind you that in case that you didn't have the chance to write down all these expressions, I will give at your total disposal the replay of this live lesson in the video session of this group. So let's move to the tip number 3. The tip number 3 is something that I also told you during one of my lesson of my master class. And the tip number 3 is about the fact that while you are writing something that is formal, you never have to use contractions. So do not use contractions while you are writing something that is formal. And what do I mean with formal? I mean, for example, essays, business emails, orders, or cover letters, motivation letters. Last week we talked about work, so cover letters and motivation letters, you definitely know what I'm talking about. So never use contractions while you are writing in English. Why? Because contractions are not appreciated in written English. So every time that you have to write in English, try to prefer expressions like cannot rather than can't, do not rather than don't, I am rather than I'm. These are just examples of contractions you have to avoid when writing a formal text, such as I already told you, business email, a cover letter, or an academic essay. So, is everything clear so far? Can you please give me a feedback about the topic I am dealing with this morning? Can you follow me? So please, guys, just tell me if everything is okay and you're managing to take notes and take these very good and nice tips in order to improve your English writing skills. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much, girls and boys, for your feedback. So let's go on. Berardo said con fatica. Okay, so I try to slow down the rhythm. Berardo, thank you for your feedback. I know that this morning the topic of this lesson is could be quite hard in case that you have just started attending my course. But as you know, in the group there are people that came a little bit earlier and people that joined a little bit later. So every week, I try to do my best in order to give something that is valuable to everybody. And maybe in some lessons could talk about some challenging things. But even if you have already started attending my masterclass, do not discourage, and on the contrary, try to do your best in order to have this great and fantastic pronunciation and comprehension exercise. So the tip number 4 is about the fact that every time that you're writing in English, you have to avoid dead weight words. And what are dead weight words? Dead weight words are words, for example, like very, so, a lot, really. So the word thing, for example. So all the words that we tend to use very, very frequent when we are talking in English. Sorry, when we are talking and also writing in English. I know that in the previous 25 minutes, I used these kind of words. But when I am writing, I avoid using these words.
Se ti è piaciuto l'estratto di questa lezione, iscriviti al canale, attiva le notifiche, ma soprattutto, per saperne di più, clicca sul link in descrizione. Ci vediamo dall'altra parte!